Assalamu Alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and hello everyone. Today, I want to share about this topic. What are students' attempts to increase their engagement in learning? Part 2. So, we are now in part 2 on the process of academic failure. For those of you who haven't watched my previous video, you can watch my video on why do year 1 medical students fail so that you can have the overall view on the general process of academic failure. And since we are now in part 2, we will continue from the students' reactions to the mid of year assessments results. And you can watch this video if you haven't do so. Alright, and from these reactions, it will lead to 3 different types of attempts. The first attempt is attempts indicating ineffective or decrease in engagement. The second attempt is attempts indicating increase in engagement in learning. And the third attempt is where students continued with similar lack of engagement in learning after receiving their assessment results. So for the first and the third attempt, it will lead to academic failure. But what happens is that we also found that the second attempt also leads to academic failure, even though it seems positive where there is an increase in engagement in learning. Why? Why is that? It's because of this one, interfering influences. So that's why it causing the second attempt to also lead to academic failure. For today's video, we're going to focus on the second attempt, which is attempts indicating increase in engagement. When we talk about attempts indicating increase in engagement, there are two. The first one is increase attempts to engage in learning, and I've already shared this in the previous video, so you can watch this video on part 1. The second one, which we will focus on today, is increase attempts to reduce distractions. Okay, what happened is that after these year 1 struggling medical students received their mid-of-year assessment results, some of them tried to do something. They tried to increase their attempts to reduce distractions. So what are the examples? What did they do? For example, they tried to reduce their leisure activities, and leisure activities such as sleeping, going out, enjoying, watching movies, and so on. And the second one, some students actually try to switch off their phone during lectures to minimize distractions. So we can see here that phone is a huge distractor for students during lecture. And these are what they do. So from here we can see why do they want to reduce distractions? Because distractions is a serious issue. It really disturbs us in focusing. When you lose your focus, try to imagine this, yeah? When you did not focus during lecture, you will need to spend more time and more mental energy later on when you try to revise for your lecture. And try to imagine if you have a lot of lectures in a day, every day, it will take you more than 4 hours to actually revise them if you've already lost your focus during lectures. So that's why we see that these students actually try to do something to reduce their distractions in learning. Now, I'm going to share an excerpt from a student. He said, I limited my time for going out and spend more time on studying. If I studied, let's say for media exam, I studied for 2 hours. Then for final year exam, I made it for 4 hours. Then during lectures, I would actually switch off my phone so that I won't get distracted by incoming WhatsApp messages and all that stuff. Now, I have a question. How about you? Yes, you. How do you reduce distractions in studying? I would love to hear from all of you, so please share with me in the comment section below on what are your distractions and how do you reduce these distractions in studying. And I'll see you in my next video.